What up, Instagram and YouTube? It's your boy Salty Redcorn, and I'm back with an ill-prepared 5 knives that make me happy video. All right. So, knives that make you happy aren't necessarily the knives that are the top 5 for EDC or top 5 for whatever. Right. These are the top 5 knives that make me the most happy. All right. So first, I'm going to start off with my Maximate Paramilitary 2 with Smoky Mountain Knife Works bronze scales and my lynch clip. All right, and this knife just makes me happy because it I feel like it embodies me as a person. You know, it's a little banged up, it's a little rough, but it's still beautiful and it's still cool, right? I love this knife. It was sharpened recently by Brewhound77. He did a great job. This is just one of my favorites. This knife brings great joy to me, right? I also love the way the Maximate steel patinas, right? Very cool. Knife number 2 that makes me very happy is my Serrated Shaman. I love the Shaman in this particular configuration. If you guys know Salty Redcorn, you know I like serrations, and this one gets the job done. The serrations are absolutely awesome on this knife. Ergos are cool. I've switched scales up. I had some custom scales on it. I have had this and that. But just the way it is right now, I love it. It makes me absolutely happy. I love to even get into conversations with people that don't like serrations, and I just like to talk with them about it and tell them why that they work for me and why I love them so much, right? So there's not much else I can say about this knife except for, and I love the blackout look. I love the blackout look for, you know, I like my black stuff. I like blackout, you know. I also like color too, but blackout is one of my favorite looks, all right? So this is a knife number 2 that makes me very, very happy. What else? All right, knife number 3 is the Steadman Mini01. This is in 204P. It's just a cool little knife, and I got it from a very close friend whom I consider a brother in proper EDC. Go check him out on Instagram. He's a really cool dude, and you know, he gifted this knife to me. At one point I said, hey man, what's that knife that looks like a bean? He's like, bean knife? He couldn't figure it out. And then he went to go through some of his stuff. He found it. I think he said, hey, this is kind of a Redcorn knife. Let me hook him up, and I'm extremely grateful. And I love the knife. It's awesome. It's got great flipper action. 204P steel is awesome. It's got a Wharncliffe blade. It's just unique. It's unique, and I like unique. Unique is something that's important to me. You know, with all the stuff out there that's just very kind of cookie cutter and plain, you know, it's cool to have some unique stuff in your collection, and this one really fits the bill for me. So, Steadman Mini01. Absolutely love it. Very grateful. All right, so I'm going to move on to another knife that you guys have probably seen if you follow my channel. This is a knife that's totally modified by me, 110%, right? This was a knife that was given to me by my grandpa with a group of knives, right? This knife was originally like, the blade was like this long, and when you folded it, it stuck out the back of the handle like this. And I said, you know, I don't know if I could really use this knife the way it is, and I wanted to make it into something more useful so that I could actually use it and cherish my grandfather, right? It also helps me remember my grandma because they're one and the same. I love the both of them, right? So I put a Spidey hole in it. I modified the blade. I shortened it by like 4 inches. I did a cool, you know, I did my cool little shape that I like to use, a Wharncliffe, sheep's foot, whatever you want to call it. I did some work on reshape the scales just a little bit and made it something that I really enjoy. So this knife really makes me happy based on the sheer fact that, you know, I love my grandparents, and this knife is going to help me remember my grandparents forever after they're gone, and I'll be able to pass this knife down, and it's very cool. It makes me very happy. That's 4, all right? So let's move on to knife number 5. Knife number 5 makes me extremely happy because it's one of my own designs, right? I haven't even shown this to anybody yet. I haven't released this to the public, right? So this is, I'm going to say the name. I'm not 100% set on the name, but I'm going to call this Salty Red Corn's Americorn Tanto EDC. Okay. Kydex sheath, micarta handles, right? I made a double-edged, I want to call this a Japanese style Tanto, but you could debate that, right? It's a double-edged blade, and I designed it to be held both ways. Okay, you can hold it like this and get good ergos and have your belly, or you can actually hold it like this and have a nice sharp, like Warncliffe style blade to use for other kind of cuts, for fine work, right? For stuff like that. Steel pins, micarta construction, 52-100 steel. I chose 52-100 steel because I really like the way that 52-100 patinas. It gets a nice blue color, and I just really like that a lot. All right. So this is produced by KHHI, the Kukri House of Nepal. I've been working with them a little bit in the past couple months, trying to come up and finalize some of my designs and see if we can make something happen so that I can get some of these knives into your guys' hands as well. And that's a dream of mine, right? Is to be able to design knives that fit me and be able to have other people buy them and get pleasure out of them the way I do. So that right there makes me really, really happy. So those are the top 5 knives that make me happy. And that, I think, is extremely important in this hobby. What's the sense in, struggling and stressing out over trying to collect the newest, hottest knife? That's all well and good, and that's really, really cool, and I'm into that too. But it's nice to just be able to have fun and enjoy what you have and use what you have and appreciate what you have. So that's big for me. All right. So this has been my top 5 knives that make me happy. If you like this kind of video, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and let your boy know what you want to see. Also, I'm very, very grateful for this call out from Jade the Gemini. What a cool dude. Very, very grateful to be included in this with all these big dogs. And thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate it, man. I hope you guys have a really good day. I love you. Peace out.